to London. New questions about why one of the attackers there was not arrested prior to the attack.
New barriers have been set up near London Bridge to keep cars off sidewalks. But there is mounting anger over one of the attackers who was reported to police multiple times but never arrested. Meantime, investigators are working to uncover any possible ties involving an extremist cleric in Dearborn. Rob Maloney has been gathering information on Sheikh Ahmad Musa Jibril. And Rod, is he still in Dearborn?
And we don't know that, Karen. We're not sure where he is, but this is his house, we are told. And one of his neighbors does tell us that he was here yesterday up until the story about his alleged involvement in the London terror situation broke. At that point, she said he left and has not been back ever since. But in looking back at Jibril's background, it is a long and sordid tale.
Our freedom, if Muslims are...
46-year-old Dearborn resident and self-proclaimed Sheikh Ahmad Musa Jibril is, according to terror experts in the federal government, a favored influencer for ISIL fighters. He's also a convicted felon who has served hard prison time. These are his state of Michigan mugshots after his conviction on insurance fraud and intent to pass false title on homes he and his father owned back in 1998. He didn't serve any prison time and served probation instead. 10 years later, the feds got to him and indicted him and his father on a raft of charges: mail, wire, Social Security, and bank fraud, failure to file income tax returns, money laundering, and possession of firearms and ammunition. But the feds discovered during that trial that Jibril tried to bribe a juror, offering to pay for her wedding in a house if she held out and helped find him not guilty. The juror reported it, and Jibril and his father were found guilty on all 43 counts. Jibril's prison sentence, 100 months, which comes to over 8 years in a federal pen.
And parts of Bilad al-Sham and Herakl, the empire of the Romans.
After getting out of prison, he was on probation, and a trip to North Carolina to do a speech like this one caught the feds' attention again. They violated him on his probation, and Judge Gerald Rosen ordered close monitoring of his social media and internet accounts, which stands to this day. Now, one of the things that we're told in our travels in this story is that these videos that he produces, and the last one was posted in 2014 on YouTube, that Jibril's stuff is actually used by ISIL trainers. That's the claim. And that they cut it up and use it in very highly slickly produced type videotapes, taking his speeches from differing kinds of places, and they put music and production values in it, and apparently is quite effective with English-speaking terror cells and when they do their training. That's the claim from the federal government, and so that's what we've learned about him so far. Back to you.
Rod, have you been able to find out anything about his time in prison?
Yes, in looking at, he has an extensive group of filings in the government system. And one of the constant themes for him, because he stayed in Milan, the federal prison here in Michigan, he was down in Texas and in Arizona. And one of the things that he did repeatedly was to complain about his treatment in federal prison, claiming that he was discriminated against because he was a Muslim and that he was, in fact, terrorized by the guards because of his Muslim faith. And they thought that he was a terrorist, and he said, "I am not a terrorist."
Of course, we'll be following this story. Thank you, Rod.